Hello everyone. I hope you all had a beautiful day and a very great day ahead. Today we'll be talking about Ember and the Dark Seekers. When Ember was infused with dark shadow energy, she became a powerful dark goddess and a powerful witch, which was quietly revered and well known throughout the sacred universe and throughout the sacred world. She used her dark magic and her abilities to create rituals and dark to siphon energy and siphon magics from other planets and other worlds, assisting the Lolo Magic in his sinister plans for conquest and controlling the sacred universe in the other universes. With the help of her dark seekers and dark druids and dark faithful and dark witches by her side, she was able to exactly combine their dark magic abilities and their skill set in order to siphon power, siphoning magic, creating weapons for the Shadow Empire, making sure that the Shadow Empire and the Royal Magic became the most powerful, dominant force within the entire sacred universe, stated within for about 350,000 years. For 350,000 years, the chaos that they have brought and the destruction that they managed to wrought for all these centuries, Ember became a powerful witch and a very dark witch and a very powerful goddess of dark magic, very quietly skilled and very quietly heavily resourceful. Her light energy of purifying purifying dark energy has become corrupted in a very, very high specific way, able to create dark masses of dark crystal and dark forms of dark energy and dark forms of dark entities. Amber used her dark magic in order to fight foes and to fight the light magic fairies. She waged war with the fairies in order to gain control of light magic, to corrupt its power, and to corrupt the tree of life, which is a powerful tree, a tree that is quietly at the center of the sacred universe and at the center of the magic universe. Embers tried to corrupt the tree, but the magic fairies prevailed and prevented her from doing that. In doing so, Ember and her dark seekers and her dark druids and faithful and the dark witches began using the dark crystals for dark sinister rituals, infusing the Lolo magic with more sacred energy and sacred power and sacred shadow energy, giving him more immortality and more power, increasing his long external gravity, which exactly made it which exactly will explain why he is so powerful and so deadly and very quite sufficient. Within that time, Ember remained on a dark planet, on a dark world with the rest of the Dark Seekers and the rest of the Dark Druids and Faithful and witches alike, preparing for more sinister rituals and for more sinister attack. Upon hearing the reformed and remade new universal heroes and the Lolo Magic waging war against them, and the death and the Lolo Magic fighting against the universal heroes, which quietly left him vulnerable and very quietly left him devastated. The Lolo Magic quietly fell down and quietly took a huge injury, which quietly, in other words, made him very weak. Amber got the news and decided to assist her master and her lord by combining her dark magic with the dark druids and by amplifying their power with the dark crystals enough in order to turn the energy into a life support chamber. By doing so, the Lolo Magic was able to rise again, this time more strong and more valuable. His obsession became worrying to Amber and to her followers and to the rest of her people, as he was obsessed in destroying Universal Man and the Alliance and the Universal Heroes and also the Coalition itself. When the Lolo Magic failed in destroying the Coalition and Universal Man destroyed him, Amber was quietly devastated to learn that she lost her husband and her son who gave his life sacrificing himself to protect the heroes from an ancient, sinister threat known as a goddess of destruction known as Sosai, who is another enemy from another dark dimension, who rules the other dimension with an iron fist, who killed her son. She was very quietly devastated and decided to forsaken the Dark Druids and the Dark Seekers and the Dark Witches and started to recruit a group of superhumans to aid her mission in destroying the known universe and the known sacred universes. The Universal Heroes were well aware of her mission and they prevented her from destroying the universe and the known worlds. In doing so, she created more devices, more dark crystals to amplify her dark magic and her dark rituals in order to destroy more worlds and more planets. Universal Man and the rest of the team intervened and prevented her from doing so, tried to convince her from going down the path of destruction, but she wouldn't listen to reason. Amber finally learned the truth about everything and started to exactly forming alliances with other powerful super criminals and other supervillains and a secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five, which is an ancient organization formed by Shadow Master, Dark Light, Shadow Fox, Goddess of Life, Ghost, Ghost Boy, who's a new member, Ray Darkest, and also the other members, and Witch Girl, and also the other members who are quietly still active and who are quietly still deadly and very quietly powerful supervillains known as Golden Knight and Metal Face and Showface and not Showface exactly, No Face and the Noten King, Dark Ren, and all the other villains. She started forming an alliance with all those villains in order to wreak chaos and to seize control of the known universe. By doing so, by forming an alliance with the Order of the Five, she started deciding the fate of humanity with the rest of the other villains throughout the known universe. The Universal Heroes in the Intergalactic Coalition tried to stop her and tried to prevent her from creating a disastrous, catastrophic event that could change everything completely, which exactly succeeded. Amber exactly and her forces withdrawn the attack, went to a new location to exactly hide to the new headquarters, remained there for 13 years. They spoke on the monitors with the other with she spoke on the monitors with the other supervillains to convene on the next move and on the next plan in order to destroy the Universal Heroes. She was on the other meeting when the Order of the Five and Shadow became the new member, deciding on to exactly ascend a bounty hunter, Shadow bounty hunter, to go and attack and kill the heroes in order to exactly find out how many were still present at the time. Even Ember hired a squad of assassins to kill the Universal Heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition. She also associated with another known villain throughout the world of Thunder, known as Mayor Bear, who wanted to pursue the throne for himself and the world itself and his people. The Universal Thunder Heroes were partly well aware that there was a sinister threat still active and very partly deadly active, that Mayor Bear was working with someone else, not just with the Order of the Five, but with another deadly dark witch. Amber posted her glamour as a new woman known as Celia, glamored herself as a new woman known as Celia, became more beautiful and more quietly great in order to infiltrate planet Earth and to know more about its human customs and its regulations. By doing so, she learned why the Universal Heroes are determined to protect Earth and all the other heroes alike, known as the Space Heroes, the Rock Heroes, the Earth Heroes, the Fire Heroes, the Water Heroes, even the United Heroes, the World Heroes, and all the other heroes alike of the Universal Heroes, even the Monster Heroes as well. Then she started preparing for a last sinister ritual attack with the help of her superhuman army, combining their powers and their abilities to activate her crystal temple in order to destroy the lost world and wipe it out completely. But the Universal Space Heroes were on her trail and managed to inform the Universal Heroes that Amber poses as a serious threat to the entire Sacred Universe and to the serious world. Despite having no combat ability, Amber is very highly skilled with dark magic and very highly skilled with leadership in leading the Dark Seekers and very much leading them and her dark druids alike and her people as much as very anything else. She's quietly very skilled with her intellect of genius, able to create devices, able to create weapons for the Shadow Empire. Before she even lost interest with the Shadow Empire, she began to lose her trust with the Shadow Empire warlords and started abandoning them and forsaking them. And before she had forsaken the Dark Druids and all the other Dark Witches, she started forming alliances with other powerful villains known as Ghostmaster, known as Darklight, Shadow Fox, Shadow Master, Shadow Master, Goddess of Life, Witch Girl, Metal Face, Golden Knight, and Ghost Boy and all the other supervillains of the Order of the Five started joining forces, and she started joining forces with them in order to exactly collude her next plan. Even with Shadow, she worked with Shadow to enhance his powers, increase his sword and its strength and its abilities, and to make sure that this time its power was highly active to absorb Shadow energy at a high 10 rate capacity of a percent. Despite this, Emma did had a beautiful heart once, and she cared for all life and for all beautiful things. Within 37 centuries, she was a beautiful young light hunter who fell in love with Laurel before they both became mortal villains and started teaming up with other supervillains for their own various purposes. They had a very much, they would sacrifice everything to save the sacred world and the sacred universe from all threats and from all beings alike. She was very compassionate about life and was very much so driven about everything before she was corrupted. Even performed her studies, traveled the known sacred universe in the other worlds, in the other galaxies, in the other planets to help civilizations grow and even fully adapt and evolve as well, which quietly made her the most powerful dark witch and dark goddess ever known, with great power and great strength. And she's even utilizing her resources with the other villains in order to help them complete their various plans and their sinister plans for their own end games against the Universal Heroes and the rest of the Coalition and Intergalactic Coalition alike. Despite this, she is the most powerful, cunning, deadly villain and the most powerful dark witch and dark goddess of power, and the most revered and feared of known to her followers. They will never exactly betray her or even quietly leave her. They even combine their abilities together to create dark devices and dark central energy devices to wreak havoc throughout the other worlds and throughout the other planets, trapping souls and trapping forces, good forces inside dimensions and dark beings into astral worlds and into devastating planets in order to wreak havoc in enormous amounts of way during the time when the Lord of Magic was ruling the known universe and the known sacred universe, commanding the Shadow Empire, giving the Shadow Empire warlords instructions in order to protect her son at all costs, which she cared so dearly so about, and even cared about the Lord of Magic's health and his obsession. Despite that she was in a very far distance, she was still able to still communicate with him and assist him and aid him in all of his missions and in all of his requests. She had a very good heart and a very beautiful heart, which is why I made her the most powerful, cunning, deadly villain ever known and ever throughout known. I all hope you had a beautiful day and a very great day ahead. Have a blessed day. Bye.